I like to think of myself as a happy person. There's not a lot of things in life that will bring me down. You know, even when it's cloudy outside and the sun isn't out, I can find a way to make the day good, find a way to be happy about my day. And you know, for a lot of people, it's being productive, like being productive and getting things done make us happy. And there is science that supports that. So I enjoy crossing things off my to-do list. I enjoy going through my productivity planner and seeing what my big goals are for the week, the big things that I want to accomplish. That's exciting, right? But what I've noticed and what research has backed is that exceptionally happy people, it's not always about the things that they have to do, it's about the things that they don't do. And that's what keeps them happy, because there are just certain items, certain things that they don't get sucked into that just ruin their day, that they don't focus on that crap and they focus on the positive. So what are these 11 things? What are these 11 things that exceptionally happy people do? We're gonna find out right now. All right, so what are these 11 things that happy people don't do every day? What are these 11 things that exceptionally happy people do not let interfere with them enjoying their day, with them enjoying their life so that they can live their life to the fullest? Well, the first thing is that they don't let multiple notifications distract them. We are bombarded with so many different notifications from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, text messages, phone calls, all the group chats that you're probably in. I mean, we have notifications coming left and right. Email, it doesn't end. And one of the easiest ways that you can prevent notifications from distracting you is turn them off. Turn off those notifications so that you're not constantly having your phone vibrate or your computer or laptop making that ding every time you get a new email or a new message, because it doesn't allow you to stay in the moment. Fitness enthusiast Tony Horton says, "Focus on the present moment and stay in the moment." There is so much to be said by being here right now, by being present with the ones that are around you, whether it be your loved ones, your family members, your coworkers, just your friends, so that you're there and that you're not letting yourself get distracted. Another part about this is that if you're truly trying to learn something or be productive, get something done that is a deadline or something that you just have to put a lot of focus and energy into, if you're getting distracted by all these different notifications, you're not allowing yourself to truly dive in and immerse yourself into whatever this project is. One of my favorite books by Cal Newport is Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. And in that book, Cal says to learn requires intense concentration. And he has so many case studies that show that we aren't getting deep enough in the things that we love, that we're passionate about, because we're getting distracted, because we're allowing ourselves to get distracted. So guess what? Happy people don't get distracted. Turn off the notifications. The second thing that happy people don't do is they don't blame anybody for anything. How easy is it to be having a bad day or something doesn't go how you want it to, and just to point the finger at somebody else, to say it's all their fault because they're the reason that it didn't work out. Now, sometimes that can feel good, and I know I vent a lot, but the reality is that we spend so much time and energy focusing on this other person and letting them control us, control our emotions, and it just sucks the life out of us. It's funny, I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine that was launching a new product, and he had a new customer buy the product. As they went into the material, they just weren't satisfied and they were a bit skeptical on what else was to come of this product. So they wanted a refund, even though they hadn't even gone through it yet. And we were just talking and he was so angry, he was so frustrated because of this person and not even giving themselves a chance to truly learn, to really understand what the product was going to cover. And he jokingly noticed that he spent so much time and energy on this one person and just blaming them for him having a bad day. But when he finally opened his eyes about how much power that he'd given this person, and he just, you know what, I just need to give them a refund and move on. And it was in that moment that he had that understanding that blaming somebody else led to him being unhappy. He was not enjoying his day anymore. He was not being a happy person.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
So he stopped blaming the other person and instead he chose to be happy the rest of the day. All right, the third thing is they do not check their phone when they're talking to another person. Oh, I'm sorry, did you say something? I kind of missed that. Can you repeat that? It's one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm having a conversation with somebody and they're on their phone, not making eye contact because I know they didn't hear me. But even more sad, I know you've probably seen this where you've gone out to dinner and you see a husband and a wife, maybe a boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're at dinner and they're both on their phones. Like they're not even talking to each other. They're not enjoying each other's company. When you're having a conversation with somebody, put the phone down. Stop checking your phone. Turn off the notifications so that you can be present in that person's company.
Oh, it's so nice to all be sitting down together. You can tell me something they did today.
I drew a horsey.
Good for you, son.
I started smoking.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I'm selling bongs out of our minivan.
I got a tramp stamp.
I'm getting implants.
I'm dating your brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm cooking meth in the basement.
Great idea, kiddo. That's why you're so popular at school.
There's nothing that says I don't care about you at all than being on your phone when somebody else is talking to you. Put your phone down, be in the moment, make eye contact, and let them know that you're there. All right, number 4 is do not multitask during a meeting. Now, I know that meetings can be pretty boring. I'm not a big fan of meetings, but I also understand that there are times that they are essential for your business, for your company, whatever it is that you are involved with. Now, the one thing that you don't want to do is try to be productive or multitask during this meeting. You want to make sure that you're present and that you are hearing everybody's opinions and their thoughts so that you know what's going on, and more importantly, that you can add value to the conversation. Because if you're trying to finish some sort of report or reply to email or surf Facebook as you're in this meeting, you're not going to hear what's going on. You're not going to hear other people's concerns, other people's points of view. And guess what? They're going to catch on the fact that you're not even in the moment, that you're not listening, that you're not present. And nobody likes that. So if you are present and you're not trying to multitask in the meeting, you can add value. And guess what? When you add value and people know that you're adding value, they're happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. Number 5 is do not interrupt when someone else is talking. Wait till they're done before you have something to say. Give them time to finish their statement and give them time to maybe there's something else they want to add. And if you're going to respond, try responding with a question instead of turning the story about yourself. Do you know those people that they just can't wait to interject?
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
They can't wait for you to finish your sentence because they somehow want to turn the story about them. Nobody likes that person. Nobody likes that type of person that they turn every story about them. So don't be that person. People like people that are generally curious, that ask a lot of questions. So instead of interrupting, have some follow-up questions. Make sure that you've asked plenty of questions to where they feel that they've had a chance to speak their mind, to share what they wanted to share. And guess what? When they get done sharing that, they may actually ask you a question that now gives you the chance to speak without having to interrupt. And guess what? They like that, you like that, and everybody is happy. So don't interrupt. Don't be that person.
So never, never interrupt me, okay? Not if there's a fire. Not even if you hear the sound of a thud from my home, and 1 week later, there's a smell coming from there that can only be a decaying human body. And you have to hold a hanky to your face because the stench is so thick that you think you're gonna faint. Even then, don't come knocking.
All right, number 6 is do not waste time on people that don't offer any value to your life. Now, this can be a hard one because we have so many different relationships in our lives. We have our current friends, we have our old friends, we have our coworkers, we have our neighbors, we have our church friends, we have our family. Like there's so many different relationships that we have to manage. And sometimes it can be very tough to know where to spend your time. And you might not even be tracking this, but you might be spending your time with people that don't deserve your time to begin with. It's a tough call, it's a tough situation, but start recognizing where you're spending your time. I know for me, like my priorities are, spending time with God, with my wife, with my family, with my friends, and when it comes to business, my paying customers. After that, that's my email list, that's my YouTube community. I mean, these are people that are watching my videos, but they're not going to be a priority over my wife or my family or my paying customers. And I have to recognize that and draw a clear line in the sand so I know where I'm spending my time. In other videos, I've talked about the quote from Jim Rohn that says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And there's so much truth to that. In addition to my friends and my paying customers, I also have mastermind groups. These are my friends, but they're also successful business owners that are challenging me, not just to be a better person, but to be a better man. And this is where I'm making sure that I'm spending time with people that are willing to invest time and resources back into me. And guess what? Because I have that support group, because I have that community, that makes me a happy person because I can share the wins, the challenges, the struggles, just the junk that we have day to day. And in order to be happy, we have to be willing to share that stuff that we don't want to share on social media, the stuff that we're struggling with, with our family, with our marriage, with our business, with our finances. So having that core group of people that allows you to share the stuff that is hard to share, just having that support group just is so freeing and so much freedom in that. And with freedom, there's happiness. All right, number 7, do not whine. Nobody wants to hear you whine. It always happens to me. It always happens to me. Oh my gosh, nobody likes me. It's never gonna work out. Oh my gosh, I can't make enough money. La 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 la.
To you, I say, stop whining.
Nobody wants to hear you whine. Stop whining. And that can be in person. It can also be on social media. What are you posting for everybody to read? What does that say about you? Be happy. Focus on the positive. There are positive things in your life that are going on. That's why I love the 5-minute journal, because every morning that it requires me to list 3 things that I'm grateful for. And by practicing that act of gratitude, we start recognizing that, man, the things we're whining about are not worth whining about, because guess what? There are a lot of people that have it a lot worse than you and I do. So stop whining, be gracious, and be happy.
Stop whining.
Number 8 is do not let your past control your future. And we all have things in the past that we're not proud of. We all have skeletons in the closet. I've had so many financial mistakes, investment mistakes, business mistakes, family mistakes, marriage mistakes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And if I just focused on all of that negativity, of all the times that I failed, that I didn't do the right thing, then, dear Lord, how could I be happy? Because I would just focus on all the negativity. But you cannot let the past define you. One of my favorite quotes from a mentor and a coach of mine is Dan Sullivan. And he says, always make your future bigger than your past. And I love that because you can't fix the past. All that you can control is right now. The choices that you do and make right now control and have a direct impact on your future. So you can choose to have a bigger future if you make the right steps now. But stop focusing on the past. Focus on the future and you'll be so much more happier. Number 9 is do not talk about other people behind their back. Nobody wants to hear gossip. And you know what? If you do want to hear gossip, you might want to check yourself, because is this stuff really true? And at the end of the day, does it really matter? Does it affect you? Does it impact your family, you as an individual, your marriage, your kids? If it doesn't, then who cares? Who gives a rip about what so-and-so said about somebody else, or what they did last weekend, or what they posted on social media? Who cares? Don't be that person that talks about somebody else behind their back.
Where the f you get off talking to people about me behind my back going over my head?
What people?
What people would you think? I wasn't going to find out?
I don't even know what you're talking about, Nick.
And don't be receptive of that. If somebody wants to spread gossip, just interrupt them. This is one of those times I give you permission to interrupt and just let them know, listen, that's great, but that doesn't concern me and I don't need to hear that right now. I got other things that are more pressing, that are more important to me. Number 10 is do not say yes when you really should say no. And let me tell you, this is a hard one for me. There is a part of me that is a people pleaser. Like, I want people to like me. I want people to think that I care. I want people to look at me as being a resource and somebody that can just really help them out, especially if they're trying to achieve a certain goal. Like, it makes me feel good when I see somebody accomplish something that I was able to help out with. But here's the reality. I can't help everybody. I can't help the entire world. I only have so much time in the day, and I just found myself often saying yes to something that deep down inside, like I knew that I probably shouldn't say yes, but it was hard for me to say no because it was just that fear of rejection.
So why don't you just say no?
What?
Say no. You have said no to people before, haven't you?
Yes, of course. Many, many times in this situation. Never, not once.
So what ended up happening was I backed myself into a corner where I overcommitted and I couldn't do whatever it is I promised to do in the way that I knew it needed to be done, or if I did, then it was taking time away from things that really mattered. So one way that I've learned to get around this is when somebody asks something of me, and where I normally would just say yes right there on the spot, now I respond with this. Let me think about it and let me get back to you. Did you hear that? Let me say it again. Let me think about it and I'll get back to you. What that does, that it really allows you to unpack and digest what they're requesting of you. How much time is that going to require? How much resources from your brain and what you have to offer, how much is that going to suck the life out of you? And is it something that you really want to do, or is it just something that you feel obligated to do? And it never feels good to do something out of obligation. So giving yourself some time and to really think that through, to see if it really makes sense with everything you have going on with your life, that makes it so much easier to then, when you need to say no because you have some good rationale and you've got some good personal data to back that up. All right, number 11, and this is the last one, do not let fear consume you. There are so many things that go on in our life that we are afraid of. We're afraid of failure. We're afraid of getting in a car accident. We're afraid of getting struck by lightning. I'm sure there are over 57,000 things that you could be afraid of on a daily basis. But you cannot let fear consume you, because when you live in fear, how can you be happy when you're always afraid?
I'm afraid, all right? You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
In a previous video where I talk about how to be more confident, one of the first steps in doing that is committing. So if you're afraid of doing something, you have to commit to taking action of overcoming that fear. And for example, let's say that you have a presentation at work and you are fearful, you're apprehensive of getting in front of your coworkers and giving that live presentation. Well, one thing that you can do is commit to rehearsing and practicing before your live presentation. Or you can commit to having that presentation done in enough time that you can give that to a coworker that's willing to listen to you give that presentation. But the only way to overcome fear is to act, is to do something, is to act in despite of fear. And that's how you overcome being fearful. And most importantly, that's how you become happy, by getting past that. So if you consider yourself to be a happy person, which of these 11 things do you recognize that you're doing? Or are you doing them all? Because guess what? To be exceptionally happy, I mean, these are the things that you have to do. These are the things that you have to do to just live your day, enjoy it, and not get bogged down with all the junk that just infiltrates our life. I mean, how many things that we have come up that could just totally derail us? I mean, I don't know. I get a lot of those. I get quite a few of those. But I want to know, which of these 11 did you resonate the most with? Which of these 11 do you not allow to consume you on a daily basis? I want to know in the comments below. Let me know what number, which point, whatever one it is that you resonate the most with, that you know that you don't do, that you just don't let yourself and your mind go there, that allows you to stay happy. Because you know what? I like happy people. You like happy people. Let's all be happy. All right, so if you haven't yet, go ahead and do what you know to do. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, like it, comment, all that fun stuff. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome, and you can make it even more awesome by being happy. Till next time, peace.